Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your average consumer, and today we're gonna be spending a real day in the life with the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. Now, if you've never seen one of my real day in the life videos, you're pretty much gonna be spending the day with me and the new phone, and we're going to see how it works in the real world, testing out things like the display, the camera, battery life, performance, everything you wanna know. But it's time to see how this phone did when we put it through its paces. So we are officially starting our day. Pardon that rude dog in the back there. But yeah, this is the start of our day. It's about 12 o'clock, so we are running a bit late, but just to give you guys an idea of when we're starting. And also, this is on the front-facing camera of the Galaxy S9 Plus. I am holding this thing with my hand, so it's a little bit shaky, but this should give you an idea of the quality and the audio quality that you're gonna get out of this. But yeah, this is what you can expect. Now, guys, let's talk for a second. This is a beautiful phone. It's great, it feels nice in the hand, but what's not great is how slippery it is. I unfortunately already have a few dents on the phone. I actually dropped this guy. It breaks my heart to admit it, but it happens. So immediately, we're gonna start off this day by throwing a case on it. I got like a see-through case to not hide the beautiful design as much as we can, but this is what we're gonna be using today. I don't want any more accidents. Let's keep this thing safe. All right, guys, so one thing that's been introduced with the S9 and S9 Plus is this new intelligent scan, which uses the face recognition and the iris scanner to unlock the phone. But let's see how it performs. So just turning on the phone, I get into it pretty quickly. That's not bad at all. I like that coming from an iPhone, I like that I don't have to do a swipe up or any other gesture. All I do is hit that power button and I'm in. But it's not as good as the OnePlus 5T, where I can just pop it open and boom, I'm in there. This is the best, probably the least secure of the three. So far from what I've seen on the S9 Plus, it's been a really smooth experience. You guys know I've been playing the Sonic Forces game like crazy, and this is like my own little real world benchmark to see if you know, it can handle a game like this where there's just a lot going on the screen at once. And this thing has an 845 Snapdragon processor on it, so there's not gonna be any issues. This thing can handle pretty much anything you throw at it. A regular everyday person playing games or just surfing Instagram or Twitter, you're gonna be completely fine. The real test here is to see how it does over time. Like in a few months, that's what you gotta see. Okay guys, so right now we've got the GPS going. We've got about 80% battery left and we've got a 17-minute ride. We're gonna actually be going around a few different places. So we're gonna see how much the GPS drains the battery. But just so you guys know, 80%, 17 minutes to go. So we made it here. Ari's at the eyebrow threading spot. And as far as battery life goes, we are at 75%. So 17 minutes, took 5% out of here. And in terms of screen on time, let's take a look. We've actually got an hour and 54 minutes of usage. So that's actually pretty good. 1 hour and 54 minutes of active use. 25% left, that's not bad. 3,500 milliamp hour battery. So I expect some good results. So we had to make a little pit stop to pick up some batteries because our mics just keep sucking up the juice out of the batteries that we had for them. So we're gonna go pick up Ari right now. So let's go see what she looks like now that she got her caterpillars tamed. Take a look at her now. So how's it look? How's it look? How's it look?
It's okay.
It's okay?
It's okay.
You look good to me.
I feel like it still looks a little thick.
It looks too
What do you
thick?
guys think?
All right, well, perfect time. We're gonna take a picture of her.
Let me stop acting shy.
You ready? All right. Boom. This looks good. Yo, this is a sharp camera, man. So first off, I want to let you guys see some of the detail here in her scarf and the jacket. I'm like really zoomed in, but this is really sharp. On a bunch of other cameras, that would have been a really blurry look as soon as we zoomed in that far, but it looks great. Good job, kid.
They're probably wondering who's behind the camera.
Ooh, it's Jack. Guys, Ari just gave me a great idea. She actually left and went and sat in the car because she didn't want to be out here while we were filming because it's cold, but it's all good. Right here we have a sign, and one of the features of the S9 and S9 Plus that they're talking about a lot is the ability to use Bixby to translate in real time. So we've got a reserved parking sign right here, and since it's in English, you can actually change the language to whichever language you want to translate to. So we can have it go from English to Spanish, which is what we're gonna do now. So let's see how this works. Reserved parking, reservado. You see, I have no idea if this is right or wrong. So I'm just going to screenshot it and boom. I'll check with my translator, Ari, to see if she has any clue, but it seems to work. Translator, let us know. Is this correct Spanish?
Yes, I think so.
Is it? It said reserved.
I mean, that makes sense. I think that makes sense too.
Does that mean parking?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember. I haven't used
All
it
right.
in a while.
You can put your window back up. For my Spanish-speaking folks who watch this channel, please let me know if this is the correct translation. Seems right, but I don't know. So we just did another 20-minute drive, and we've got about 60% battery left. So, you know, using it up with the GPS and all of that. But more importantly, we are at my favorite ramen spot, Baten Ramen. We're gonna have some good food, gonna take some food pictures and enjoy. So real quick, taking a look at the cameras, the S9 Plus has two of them. So we've got a wide angle 12 megapixel lens at the top and a telephoto 12 megapixel lens at the bottom. So the only other phone that Samsung has made that can do this or has the dual camera lenses is the Note 8. So it's nice to see it on the S9. So now we're gonna try super slow motion. For the record, I hate these bottles. It's really hard to drink out of, but it's gonna make for a good slow motion shot. So some of our food just came, but the show must go on. We rolling? All right. Wow.
God.
I am so sorry, man. For the record, I hate these bottles. Now you guys have to see this amazing shot. So I am actually going in, I'm pressing it, but it knows exactly the right moment to start slowing everything down. And look at that amazing shot.
Like, we didn't mean for it to spill everywhere?
Yeah, definitely didn't mean for this thing to explode the way it did, but it looks great on camera. So basically what you guys just saw was a 940 frame per second shot. And what makes this so special is that you can grab those moments that happen in an instant like this and see it unfold in a much longer duration than it happens in real life. So good job, Sammy. All right guys, so we had a great meal. Sun is going down, going for some low light shots, and I've got the perfect place. Gundam Planet, you knew what it was. Come on. Oh, this is a really cool scene. You see how they recreated this? It's like a battle. I think this would look really good on camera. This looks really, really good. Of course, you can see like some of those plastic bags over there, but this looks awesome. I'm actually gonna do a little coloring to this and kind of show you guys what it looks like when you really make it come to life. But so far, right out the camera, this looks really good. Now, I don't know how it's coming off on camera, but this store is actually pretty dim when it comes to lighting. And I wanna get a shot of this pose because I wanna recreate it at home. So I'm actually gonna take a picture here. Actually, I'm going to put this in pro mode, and then we'll see how the variable aperture affects the different shots we can get. So we're gonna see it at 2.4 and 1.5 aperture and see what the difference is. So this is at 2.4.
Wow.
1.5. You see that?
That's incredible.
But that is a major difference from just an aperture change. Wow. So after some Gundam, we had to go pick up some bubble tea because you guys know our routine. We get ramen, we go to see some Gundams, we get some bubble tea, and oh, thank you, my dear. I got some Naruto playing. I feel like I got it, not Naruto, Boruto. I'm catching up, and I gotta say, in terms of the display and the combination of the new stereo speakers, it's a pretty good viewing experience. This has Dolby Atmos surround sound for, you know, mobile devices. And it's nice. It's nice to have stereo speakers. I don't think they're super duper loud. Like right now, I'll be able to hear this no problem, but this is the max volume. This will probably definitely disturb the people around me, so I won't keep that going. but it sounds pretty decent. I'm liking it, especially for an outside environment. And when it comes to the display, you guys already know how Samsung does it. The Super AMOLED, this is a Quad HD Plus display, so slightly higher than 2K because of the 18:9 aspect ratio. But yeah, so we've got a crisp screen, great colors, and Samsung always kills the display, so there's no complaints here. And now with the addition of stereo speakers, it just makes an overall better viewing experience. Okay guys, so we're back at the studio and we've been here for a few hours now. It is 10:36 p.m. So in terms of screen on time, let's check the battery usage. 5 hours and 40 minutes. That's actually really good. We've got 10% left. This is a 3500 milliamp hour battery, so this is the kind of performance that I would come to expect at this size. But honestly, I'm a bit surprised coming from a Galaxy device. Usually these phones don't have the best battery in the world, but this one has held up pretty well. All right guys, so I have to go ahead and pull out the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus to let you know what the difference is, if there's a big enough difference to jump ship and go to the S9 Plus if you already got it, or the 9 if you have the 8 already. But my boy Asher on my Discord server wanted to know if it was worth it. And to be honest, I don't really think so. What you get with the S9 Plus is of course a better camera, better performance, upgraded performance, but this is no slouch. So are you gonna see a huge difference in terms of performance between the two? Honestly, probably not. If you've got the last iterations of these, unless you really need a better camera with better low light performance or even those AR emojis, then you're probably gonna be fine with this. There's also super slow-mo, but I mean, I don't know. Is that important to you? That's the differentiating factor. All right guys, so we just got that last call about the battery about to die. So we got about, let's see here, 6 hours and 10 minutes of screen on time, which is really good. So this should end the real day in the life portion. Very impressed with the battery so far after what we put it through. And boom, there you guys have it. That was a full day with the phone. Of course, I spent much longer than you guys saw in this video. I got it as soon as it was announced. But there are some things that I liked about this phone and some things that I wasn't too crazy about. So let's go over those. Of course, the first thing we gotta talk about is the design. It shares the same design as last year, which isn't exciting, but luckily for Samsung, it is a good looking design, although I do find it to be a bit too slippery. So I did have to throw a case on it, but I'm already used to that, so that's not an issue. And it still has that beautiful infinity display. Samsung has some of the best displays on the market, so of course, this one's no different. It looks great, colors look great, and it's a QHD display, so of course it's very sharp, but even if you wanna bring that down to maybe full HD, you're gonna be fine with that, save yourself some battery. I absolutely enjoyed watching content on this, and thankfully, Samsung has now introduced Dolby Atmos speakers on these, so they sound much, much louder. That is something Samsung phones has suffered from for a long time, having that one measly speaker on the bottom that you can easily cover up with your thumb. Now you got Dolby Atmos speakers, which sounds very, very good, especially indoors. It sounds very loud when you put it at max volume. And when you're outdoors, like you guys saw, it gets pretty loud and you'll be able to hear it with no problem, although you're not getting that same effect as you would when you're indoors. Now, while a lot of the hardware choices seem pretty much the same as last year, there are a few different changes. Now the fingerprint scanner is at the bottom of the camera, which is something we're all very happy about. And there's also 2 camera lenses on the back of the S9 Plus. And that's a big thing for Samsung, the cameras. The performance on the cameras have been great. Samsung's really making a big deal about how great the low light photos are on this phone. And they deserve to make a big deal because the low light photos look great. You guys got to see for yourself when I went to Gun the Planet. I took some pictures that came out really dark, but when I changed that aperture, whoo, it made a big difference. Now that was in pro mode, but luckily for all the regular users out there, the phone can detect when the light is too low, change the aperture, and you get a much brighter photo without a lot of noise. So kudos to Samsung for making a great low light camera. And even outside of low light shooting, regular everyday shots look great as well, and even video has been very impressive. Now, another big feature Samsung is talking about is of course that 960 frames per second super slow motion. And what's nice here is that you can press record, and whenever something happens within the little box that shows up on the screen, it'll automatically start rolling in slow motion. So you're not gonna miss that instance where something special happens. It actually worked out really well. You guys saw it in person. I never expected that soda bottle to just explode like that. I didn't time it, but the camera did by itself and it caught everything gloriously. Now that super slow-mo isn't very high quality, it's 720p, but when you go to 240 frames per second, which is a little bit faster but still very slow, you get it at 1080p. I also really like the quality from the front-facing camera. The video that I shot in the beginning of the day seemed pretty impressive, and even some selfies that I took were great. Something I was pretty surprised to see was the live focus option for taking a selfie. I definitely didn't expect that because you usually need two lenses to pull that effect off, except if you're the Google Pixel 2, but Samsung was able to offer that with the front-facing camera, which was a really nice surprise. Now, camera performance is one thing, but another thing that Samsung's really toting with this is the addition of these new Bixby features that work alongside the camera. One thing that I found really cool was being able to use the live translations. I actually used it while I was out in Barcelona and it did a pretty good job. I was able to interpret the sign without needing someone to come and tell me what the sign said. So that's a pretty nice feature. I like that it can do that. Some of the other features are like the makeup feature that they were toting, where it'll scan your face and allow you to try on different makeup. Now, another big feature Samsung's pushing out there with the use of cameras is AR emoji. I'll be honest, guys, not too crazy about this feature. I do think it's cool that Samsung's scanning your face and putting it into a live emoji that's kind of like, it's pretty much like Bitmojis and Animojis mixed together, and boom, you've got AR emojis. I get that it's like a caricature of your face, but I wish there were more options. I couldn't find a hairstyle that matched me whatsoever, neither could Ari, and even some other friends of mine who've tried it just couldn't get the hair down. But I am kind of curious what you guys think. Let me know if AR emojis are something you guys think are cool, or if it's just another gimmick. I personally don't really care for it. But when it comes to straight up just using it and the feel in the hand, all that stuff, I like the phone. TouchWiz is the skin that comes with this phone, and I said it last year when I reviewed the S8 and S8 Plus. I actually like the direction Samsung went in terms of software. Everything you need is at your fingertips. It's very easy to manage, things are easy to find, it looks clean. So I'm a fan of TouchWiz, I like it. I don't think there's any real drawbacks, although people do complain that it tends to bog down after a while. But honestly, I like the way it looks. I think it's functional, and it just makes the overall user experience pretty nice. Now the big question is, do I recommend this phone? And that is an easy, absolute yes. This is a great phone, great hardware. Listen, Samsung has made no compromises when it comes to this phone. There are some silly features, but overall, it is everything that you can ask for. It has all of the top of the line features. You've got waterproofing, you've got your micro SD card slot, so you got expandable storage. You also have a headphone jack. A headphone jack? They trying to kill that thing, but Samsung is keeping it alive, thankfully, on a top of the line phone like this. So it is very, very nice to see that here. There really are just no sacrifices. The only thing that's really missing is Samsung really pushing the envelope when it comes to battery life. The S9 Plus has great battery life, easily, but I do wish that they just took it to the next level. Samsung is capable of that. So I would have liked to see 4,000 milliamp hours in this. We got 3,500, it works well. You're not gonna complain with it, but I do recommend the phone. I think it's great. Easy recommendation, guys. But that about wraps it up for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be the cool guy or girl that gives this video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, it's your average consumer. Peace.